Hello and welcome. Today we are in the submarine test again. But first, Strefs is running a W25 jousting tournament this weekend. It's on the 31st of October and there will be more info in the description. There will be a link to a forum post. And I would hope to see all of you over there. But back to the game. We are in the Tier 6 Soviet submarine, the S-1. And as you can see, the art looks amazing. It looks so good, the underwater parts. I really love the look of this. There is a deck gun, but unfortunately that is completely aesthetic right now. It is not functional. However, the torpedoes very much are, and submarine versus submarine combat is definitely something that happens. In fact, this match will have a whole bunch of submarine versus submarine combat. Man, I love the caustics effect on the submarine. It looks amazing, but since we're actually pushing forward, I do have to keep in mind that I am in an actual match because replays didn't seem to work quite right. Oh, the battle started, so somebody is spotted on the enemy team. It is a test on the TSD server though. You can still join it. It was actually extended, I think, until the 30th or 31st. So you could actually still go and play it yourself. Just Google it. Search for World of Warships submarine test or similar. Anyway, I'm pressing the G button to send out this ping. And you'll see a submarine spotted there. A little blip, little circles pulsing. That means that an enemy submarine is over there. And you can see on the minimap, the submarine position was updated. You can use these pings to be able to effectively locate the submarines. You won't be able to see them and fire torpedoes on them, but you'll know roughly where they are, because you can see them for a moment. Now, I could launch torpedoes on these surface ships. They are bots, so it shouldn't be... I'd like to say it shouldn't be too difficult, but it actually really is. Bots are actually pretty good at dodging submarine torpedoes. Oh, an enemy U-69? So first I sent the ping out. This will lock my torpedoes onto the side of the submarine of the enemy, and then I launched my torpedoes. These torpedoes effectively will try to home in on the U-69 over there. Okay, let's see. Oh, these are looking good. Oof. But the second one just went over the submarine. You can see my submarine itself is pinged as well. You can see the white line over there. So my plan is to try to change my position and movement while enemy torpedoes are coming in, so that if my submarine is pinged on the left side, I will try to show my right side to the torpedoes coming in, and then just vice versa if it's the other side, or if it's my bow, I will try to make a last-ditch maneuver to be able to avoid them, stuff like that. I think there's quite a bit of potential in skill for these submarine torpedoes. At least we've certainly not seen everything that's possible. At least I haven't seen everything that's possible in this kind of a test. Oh, these torpedoes look close. That was way too close. But effectively you can move around, you go higher up and deeper under the water, and this will allow you to avoid a lot of these torpedoes. And I think there's a lot of skill in this, and there's also a lot of skill in launching torpedoes at surface ships, and even dodging surface ship torpedoes. There was a match where I dodged torpedoes from a submarine for 8 minutes in a row, and I think I got hit by maybe one of them. Come on. Yeah, that didn't work. Okay, this guy is getting closer and closer, so I'm just gonna pass him by. I'm gonna ascend, mostly because I don't want to actually ram her. And once I pass her, I will try to launch torpedoes from behind me. You see, right now it is impossible to target. That's because she is too close to me. The torpedoes won't descend in time to be able to hit her. So I will have to actually reposition here a little bit. You know, descend a little bit myself. She is at almost 50 meters, whereas I'm at only 40 meters. Oh, she just ran aground, I think. Yeah, she just instantly stopped. I think she actually ran aground. Well, that's goodbye, U-69, isn't it? can't dodge like that. Goodbye. Okay, we sunk one submarine. That only took 8,300 damage, but that took over 5 minutes. So now it's time to try to go and torpedo some battleships. Or something else at least. Now, one thing that I do find quite tricky is that you need to be very, very aware of what the map looks like. Because if you look at the minimap, that New Mexico is next to an island. If I had launched torpedoes right there, those torpedoes would have just gone straight into the island. Because when the torpedoes try to home in on a target, they are effectively calculating where the ship is going to be by the time the torpedoes would roughly arrive. And then they course correct on that. So if the ship would have been behind the island, then the torpedoes would have just homed into the island. And that's something you definitely have to be aware of. Okay, there's a Normandy over there, and I'm turning right now so that I don't launch the torpedoes into the island. Also, another thing you have to be careful of is that when there are friendlies anywhere between you and the enemy, which sometimes is actually quite hard to notice, then you can also just end up torpedoing your friendlies. Oh, this is actually looking really good. Yeah, I think this Normandy is in trouble. And these should even be citadel hits too, right? Because it's a double ping. Now, the Soviet submarines only have a 20-second duration on the pings. And the Soviet submarines are actually quite fast. I think they're, without speed boost, they're the fastest submarines. However, the American ones have speed boost. But the Soviets have a heel. The Americans have, I think, 11.5 kilometer range on the Cachalot, whereas the S-1 has, I think, around... Well, not think, I know the S-1 has 9.7 kilometer torpedo range. Now, the hardest hitting torpedoes are the German ones, though. However, they only have 8.4 kilometer range. Oh, I am proximity spotted. There's a submarine here then, right? And looking at me, yeah, there is one, an S-1. And she has already pinged me as well. So I'm gonna just turn away, because I wish to try to avoid being targeted. If torpedoes come in as I am pinged and I'm showing that side to the enemy, then it's likely I would get hit by those torpedoes. And I wish to avoid such a fate. So I'm simply going to run away. Oh, there are depth charges as well. These could deal damage, but luckily, as a Soviet submarine, I have a heel, so these... Oh, wow, those torpedoes got close as well. I'm glad I ascended there for a little bit. But depth charges can be dangerous. Oh, wow. That took a while for those torpedoes to catch up, but they actually got to the Normandy. Excellent. So we did something on the surface ships, and now we can go back to fighting the S-1. Oh, I'm pinged again on my bow. I am ascending though, mostly because the S-1 is at... well, not very... Oh, I think I just torpedoed the island. Whoops! Oh no! Oh no! That was not very well done by me. But I think that maneuver also made it impossible for the enemy to ping me properly. Because look, I'm effectively behind the island. I think I hit the island there for a bit even. Or, I guess, it's not an island here, it's the surface of the ocean. But now we have the ping on the target, on the very bow. But hitting the bow with the ping does mean that it's possible for the enemy to often avoid them. He pinged on my right side, so I'm gonna just show the left side. This means that the torpedoes won't track on me, and then I'll just keep advancing. Now on the Soviet ones, 20-second ping means you have to keep refreshing it constantly. Whereas on the Americans you have, I think, a 35-second ping, so you don't have to refresh nearly as often. However, that can also have some downsides when you wish to switch targets and stuff like that. Oh, I think he avoided he avoided the torpedoes. Oh no, he actually got hit by one. Excellent. It's kind of hard to tell oh, these torpedoes are close. Wow, that torpedo was really close. But it's kind of hard to tell the distance under the water, especially in this kind of a three-dimensional view. Oh, I'm next to an Oba. Yeah, I'm gonna have to dive as deep as I can, full speed ahead, and dive as deep as I can to be able to not get dropped on by the depth charges. Luckily, heavy cruisers have depth charges that come from planes, which means that they take longer to drop and they usually don't deal nearly as much damage. Okay, that New Mexico is taken out, but I'm definitely just going to leave here. This is way too dangerous, fighting a submarine and the AWBA at the same time. Hey, maybe I can actually torpedo the AWBA here, right? With my rear torpedoes. I am a bit too deep for that. And I do need to ascend a little bit because there's gonna be not enough room in front of me. It's important to constantly take looks at your minimap to actually be able to tell whether something is just, you know, you have to just ascend because the water is shallower, or whether it's an actual island that you can't just ascend enough to go over. Unless, of course, your submarine can fly, but I guess it wouldn't really be a submarine then, right? It's really close. Come on, rear torpedoes. Nah, he's gonna turn. He's gonna avoid them, I think. Yep. God, I've found this to be incredibly fun. Okay, I'm not pinged. My rear torpedo... Okay, never mind, I am pinged again. I think I need to turn around. Just having one launcher versus two is eventually not gonna work out for me. Right now I'm trying to do evasive maneuvers. Again, if he pings my right side, I'm gonna show my left side. If he pings my left side, I'm gonna show my right side. That way any torpedoes he does launch are gonna miss. I'm also constantly changing my depth, so that any torpedoes that are launched will have at least some trouble trying to hit me. Oh! He actually reversed behind the island. Or at least a little bit of the island. But this does allow me to turn around safely. Because obviously he can't launch torpedoes if he can't actually fire a ping at me. And now he has to turn as well, so we're in about an equal position. I missed that ping. Also, constantly changing your depth makes it harder for the enemy to hit the pings on you, although I suspect that as people get better at this, it won't be as big of an issue. Oh, we're getting close now. So now, the closer you get, the more depth matters. Like, your depth versus the enemy's depth. Because torpedoes simply can't ascend if you're too close. Also, there's a risk of being rammed. Which has certainly happened for me before. Okay, we're close enough that any kind of homing on the torpedoes doesn't matter anymore. I descend just in case, as I launched both of my torpedoes, so there's no chance I could have launched mine. And now I'm gonna ascend again to launch the back torpedoes, I think. Yeah, maybe not after all. Because my ping is off. Oh, I accidentally ascended too much. Now I'm on the water surface and I can't actually ping him. Torpedoes are incoming, but they don't appear to be homing, so these should be easily avoided. Wait, that ping didn't work. What? Okay, that one worked. Come on, homing torpedoes. That's the last guy on the enemy team too. Nice. Well, we sank 3 ship... Well, I guess technically we sank 1 ship and 2 boats. Or at least that's, I think, what the Americans would say. We did hit 12 torpedoes though, so... Should be quite happy with that. But that S-1 is... Is it that guy actually? That S-1 is getting compliment. Yeah, it is Berg. You will definitely get a compliment. That was an amazing fight we had. Yeah. Submarine versus submarine combat. I thought it was incredibly fun, and I would love to be able to play this more in real matches where we don't have bots interfering and stuff like that. I really enjoyed the submarine combat stuff, but maybe it's just because it's new and interesting for me to learn. What do you guys think? Did this seem interesting to you?
Depth reached.
Also, remember to join the V25 jousting tournament. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.